This is a simple explanation and installation guide to the SUN7224 gear rack sliding gate operator from the Italian brand KeyAutomation, provided by Royal Electronics Technology Centre Corporation, from Vancouver, Canada. This is the box for this gate operator package. It includes the installation guide for the motor and the programming guide for the control board. This is the gear rack motor. Additionally, the package comes with its own installation baseplate and 4 meters of SLG41 gear rack to be installed onto the sliding gate, and stoppers installed onto that gear rack to alert the motor when to stop by making contact with the motor spring. Screws and washers are included for this package, as well as a packet of 4 self-tapped bolts and washers for the gear rack installations. Finally, 2 remote controllers are included, which come prepared to the corresponding motor. Important to note, in order to access manual mode using the 2 manual release keys or the remote controller handle, insert the key, turn, and extend 90 degrees. And you will notice that the motor has released and the gate can be hand-handled. To access automation mode, make sure the gear is somewhere in between both ends, neither fully opened or closed, and push back the extrusion 90 degrees, turn, and remove the manual release key or remote control handle. After some motor movement, you will hear a click, and the motor is in automation mode and can no longer be hand-handled. Now, onto the installation instructions. The arrow on the motor baseplate should be facing your gate from the inside of your residency or gate held area. There should be a minimum of 50 millimeters, 5 centimeters, or 2 inches of space between the edge of the motor to the sliding gate. As well, there should be a 2 millimeter gap between the teeth of the motor gear and gear rack. By hovering slightly above, some pressure and extra weight is alleviated off the motor, allowing it to run more smoothly. Make sure the base plate is on a flat surface without any tilts or angles. If this is not possible, adjustment bolts are available to level the motor on an unleveled base plate. If your gate is at an elevated position and the motor cannot reach the gear rack, the base plate can be installed on an elevated concrete pad, strong and supported piece of wood, steel, or aluminum to adjust the height and allow the motor to operate successfully. The power and accessory wires should be brought up from below the base plate before it is installed through the power feed hole, as it leads directly into the control board. We highly recommend the use of concrete bolts for the base plate installation. Now that the motor has power, let's start discussing and programming different basic functions of the SUN7224 control board. The dip switches are only corresponding to the use of a safety sensor and should only be bypassed if a safety sensor is installed. If not, turn on all 3 dip switches. To pair a new remote controller to your motor system, hold down or radio until our AD radio is displayed, then press our AD radio, and there is an individual constant single red LED light flashing. Press the remote controller button you would like to pair to your motor, and the LED light will remain steady. After this, press menu to exit our AD radio, and you have successfully programmed the remote controller. Let's begin the programming stage. Make sure the gear is somewhere in between both ends, neither fully opened or closed. Hold up and menu for 5 seconds. LOP will appear, and if the first move your motor makes is not to open, then the direction of the motor needs to be changed. To do this, immediately press down, then SBS, and the direction of your gate operator has changed. The gate will slowly open and close, automatically adjusting the force amount, registering the traveling distance, and the slow speed nearing both ends. If you would like your gate to have an automatic closing time so that the motor operates to close after a specific period of time being open, enter the basic menu by holding menu for 1 second. The screen will display TC, L, and 0, indicating the automatic closing time. To change this, hold menu again until the number 0 begins to flash repeatedly, and press up and down to increase or decrease the automatic closing time. Hold menu to confirm, then press menu to exit programming, and watch the timer go down. For any technical questions, call us at 778-384-2800. For any assistance, email us at info@retcc.ca. If you are looking to get a quote, visit www.retcc.ca.